What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Jazware's Total Anime Chainsaw Man Aki Hayakawa. I think I said his last name wrong. I don't know. I just call him Aki. You all can say what I want. I think it's actually Hayakawa, but I am not Japanese. I am a white American. So, yeah. The box is pretty good. I'm actually a pretty big fan of this line. Every figure I've picked up from it has been super solid, and it's a great alternative to anime for, action figure collectors. I just wish they did more from... I wish Jazwares didn't do an anime line. I wish that it was lines of these individual characters so we would get more, but, what are you going to do? So, without further ado, let's go ahead and open Aki up. So, getting Aki out of the packaging, this is another super solid figure. Now, I think I'm going to get a lot of hate by saying this, but what does this not have that S.H.Figuarts does for triple, sometimes quadruple the price? I paid $16 for this thing. $16 brand new, okay? What does this not have that the S.H.Figuarts one does? I think there's only one category that S.H.Figuarts beats on this thing, maybe 1.5. I just don't get it. Like, sure, maybe proportionately speaking, the S.H.Figuarts one looks a little better, and I think the S.H.Figuarts one does kind of look better in the face sculpts, but the articulation is not that far off. The paint quality is not that far off. This has better accessories than the S.H.Figuarts one. This looks just as good as the S.H.Figuarts one, or comparable to it, okay? I just don't see why S.H.Figuarts Bandai needs to fucking make their figures so expensive. So, taking a look at the head sculpt here. I don't love the head sculpt. It's okay. Like his little, little ponytail thing. It also falls off the ball peg really easily for some reason. I don't know. It stays on, but just, if you start working it around. It also has this nice, overspray on the front and in certain parts for paint shading, which the S.H.Figuarts one does not have. I know it doesn't. I don't have that figure, but I know that there's not paint shading on that. There's paint shading, highlights in the hair. The chest looks good. I just don't see what S.H.Figuarts has that this one doesn't. And I'm not trying to, cause an argument or anything like that. In the comments, let me know, why is that one worth triple the price? Because I don't, and here's another hot take. I'm just full of them today. I don't love Chainsaw Man. I think the show is pretty dang good, but I don't love it like everyone else does. And the movie was okay. I think the movie was getting so much hype because at the time of this, I saw it last night. I think it was getting so much more hype than it deserved. But, whatever. It's cool. It's a fun anime. But I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. But I think what really makes this figure better than the S.H.Figuarts one is the amount of accessories you get with this. So you're going to get 2 different interchangeable hands. So a fist hand and his gesture hands. I do prefer that we got 2 fist hands. I don't really mind having 2 gesture hands, but the 2 fist hands always bugs me. Then you get 3 interchangeable face plates, so it's very similar to S.H.Figuarts. What you're going to do is pop off the front of the hair, and then you slide the head off. And let's just do the winking one, because I think that's the most unique and visually interesting for Aki. So it's pretty cool. One eye closed look. And you get 3 heads, so you get the eye closed look, both eyes open, and then kind of a more angry one. So these 2 are very similar, but I mean, it's options, right? Then you get his sheath that you can put with actual string that you can put over his shoulder, and that drapes pretty nicely for this scale. But you do get his sword as well. They kind of have those weird swords. Now, it does not go in there, which I don't like when companies do that, but his sword does not go in there. I do like the paint on there. You get paint on the hilt, nice gunmetal gray. You get an interchangeable hilt piece like this, which again matches a good in paint that you can then plug into there to have it look like his sword is in the back. So, yeah, not my favorite thing when it comes to that, but that's not the end of the world. And then, of course, you get, the wolf thing that he summons. I forget what this is called, but this is a solid piece. And look at all that paint on there. Look at the eye details. And the ears, the mouth, the lips, the two colors in the rocks. Throw like a little dry brush on this? Dang, man. And it's like decently sized. It comes up. I mean, obviously, it varies in size in the anime, but like, I mean, it comes up past his knee. Like, this is a really solid pack-in that you do not get with the S.H.Figuarts one. I like this. And these are all squishy, so you don't have to worry about them breaking. I think it's got a great amount of accessories for the price point. I mean, these are full-on 6-inch articulated figures for under $20 in the big 2.5. Who knew that was a thing? So the head has great movement. Again, it kind of does pop off. That's my biggest complaint. But you can get them to look up, down, pivot side to side. You get the S.H.Figuarts style butterfly joint that kind of brings it forward and back, goes up and down. It's kind of like a McFarlane. It's more of a cap than a hinge. Shoulder goes up, down, rotates, and it'll rotate on the peg up there. So it doesn't even have a bicep swivel, really. It just rotates on the peg, which is really nice. Double jointed elbows. And then the wrist swivel and hinge. Pinless, by the way. It's a pinless figure. Diaphragm joint up top. Doesn't look the best, but, I mean, these kinds of suits are always a little difficult to do, but works good. And then you do get one underneath as well. So, I mean, it's not, it's not the most range I've ever seen in my life, but it's got drop down hinge, which I absolutely hate on the ankle or on the hips. But yeah, it's not the most range I've ever seen, but it works. Hips go, oh, look at that, pop that out. That's okay though. This is a little hard. I think this should have been a softer piece, because then you would have afforded a little bit more movement. But hips comfortably go out to about there. I don't really think you're going to need them to do more. They'll kick down, forward, back, upper thigh rotation without a cut. It's very nice. Double jointed pinless knees that go all the way. And then the ankles are a little limited. The ankles are only going to go to about there and up to about there and then pivot. So the ankles could be a little better. I can totally say that. I'm not saying that this figure is perfect. I'm just saying I think S.H.Figuarts is such a ripoff. Like, you know, I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that I don't like S.H.Figuarts. Like, I have a couple, and they do a great job every now and then. Like, the Hunter x Hunter figures are awesome, but I just don't see all the time that they're worth the price. So, yeah, I think this is a really good alternative. But y'all been sleeping on Jazwares because I've been saying they make good figures. So here he is next to the NECA Toys King Kong, only with the Jazware Fortnite Series 6-inch Peely. Here he is next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men Series Darwin. And here he is next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. So you might be wondering, yo, Ant, what are your final thoughts on Aki here? And I gotta say, I really don't think you can beat it for $16. I mean, even $20. Let's put them at, because they retailed $19.99, but I don't know. It didn't even say it was on sale, so I paid $16 for this thing, and it is totally worth $16. I really like the articulation. The paint is all over the figure. I mean, it's got more paint than Marvel Legends. You get that awesome accessory piece. I'm tired of the licensing excuse, guys. Shut the hell up with that stuff, man. It's not true. It's not true. They just make crappy figures as cheap as possible. But then you have really good companies like Jazwares or Jada or NECA that are pouring their heart and soul into the figures, and I feel that here. So I like it. For $16, maybe I'm glazing a little bit, but I really like it. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all those apps, and I have a great time, so I'm sure you will too. So at that $16 price point, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. What do you guys think? You copping? See you guys next one. Peace.
Guys, I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.